Hello and welcome to another video. So I've done the 10 worst books I've read in 2020, so I thought it was only fair that I do the top 10 best books that I've read in 2020, and let me tell you, it's been like a pretty good reading year. I don't think I've ever read as much as in 2020, basically because, quarantine. Without further ado, let's just get into this list. So how this is gonna work is top 10 is going to be my least favorite out of my 10 favorites, and the number 1 is going to be my top 1, my best read of 2020. And honestly, I consider 2020 a success because I literally have like 3, which is kind of a lot, like 10 out of 10s, like perfect reads. So I don't know if that doesn't sound like a lot to you, but for me, finding 3 perfect books in a year is pretty good. Coming in at number 10 is Aurora Burning, the sequel to Aurora Rising. And honestly, I had really high hopes coming into this book, and I really liked the first third of the book. It was incredible, but then in like around the middle, it just stopped. We hit like a break, and then nothing happened, but at the same time, it was rushed, so I don't know if that's possible. So yeah, I feel like I really like the end of this book as well. It gave us like a huge cliffhanger, and now I'm like super pumped to read the final book in the series. Like, I need it to come out soon. There's like a hole in the middle of this book, and that just like takes points away from it. I still give it like an 8.5 out of 10, which is pretty great, and I really enjoyed it as a whole. The reading experience was great because I read the physical copy while listening to the audiobook. If you're gonna read any of the books written by these 2 authors together, I would highly recommend using the audiobook because they have like a full cast and they're just so wonderful. So all in all, great reading experience. I just wish there wasn't that weird like loop, that weird black hole in the middle of the book. Coming in at number 9 is Instant Karma, and I don't know if you've seen it, but I have a complete reading blog about this book, so if you want to know more of my in-depth thoughts, I'll link it somewhere. Basically, really like this book, especially like the last 2/3. I don't know why I'm dividing books in thirds, but I am. The first third though, the first 100 pages, what was her name? Prudence was annoying Prudence. That's why I call like pre-character arc Prudence is annoying Prudence, because she really is. But after we get over that and after she starts warming up to our male lead character, everything is a-okay. I love it. The relationship is so cute, and I was really glad that their falling out wasn't actually her fault, because I was gonna get really mad. So happily surprised, great ending. 8.5 out of 10, would really recommend. Coming in at number 8 is the Tower of Nero. Now, a little warning for the next one, I don't know how to count. If you've seen any of my list videos, you know this already, but I said that one was number 8, but no, this one is number 8, the next one is number 7, so don't pay attention to what the next me says. But number 8 is the Tower of Nero by Rick Riordan. I have a whole review. Go watch it, it's great. Really enjoyed my time, great audiobook, great plot, great characters. What else is there to say about a Rick Riordan book, honestly? Then at number 8, we have Chain of Gold, and I really like this video. I really like this book. I give it an 8.75 out of 10, basically because it does take like a while to get into. I enjoy it, but it takes a while. Also, Grace, really annoying, hated her completely, and so many love triangles. There's like a web of relationships, like there always are in Cassie Clare's books. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. Really looking forward to Chain of Iron coming out in like a couple of months, I think. So, so exciting. Basically nothing like bad to say about this book, only that I loved it. Great characters, amazing plot, and really enticing romance. Coming in at number 6 is a manga series I actually read because my best friend recommended it, so I was like, I'll just read it. He like forced me to read it, but I really enjoyed it, so thank you, Sarah, for the recommendation. It's I'm No Angel, I think. I'm sorry if I translated it wrong. I know the name in Spanish, but I'll leave the name around here somewhere. It was great. It was a high school romance, obviously set in Japan. Really great, really realistic portrayal of a relationship. Really enjoyed it. Very quick read. Like, the art style I wasn't really a fan of at first, but it grew on me and I ended up loving it. Beautiful friend group, beautiful friend dynamics, which I think you don't always get in romance manga, so I really appreciated that. And also, I really enjoyed the main characters. Sometimes with romance-focused manga, you get, like, not a great female character because she's only there to fall in love with a guy, but this one, like, felt like a real person. She had a great personality, and I really liked her. So all in all, I give this one a 9 out of 10. Really loved it, would recommend. Coming in at number 5 is Fangirl. Now, this is a reread I did not too long ago because I was in a contemporary reread sprint. I don't know what happened to me, but I really felt like rereading it, and I didn't think I was gonna like it as much as I did. I might have liked it more this time than the first time I read it, so that's just like super crazy to me for some reason. I really liked it. I liked Kath's character more than the last time. I loved Levi. I didn't like Reagan that much, and I don't remember what Kath's twin's name is. I also didn't like her that much, but I really liked the book. I love the story, and I really liked the ending, and I love that Simon Snow came out of it, so that's almost the best part. I don't know if I mentioned this, but I gave this one a 9 out of 10. Really loved it. Coming in at number 4, we're already getting to, like, books I definitely love and I would recommend to anyone. So number 4 is Daisy Jones and the Six. I freaking love this book. I remember the exact moment that I started reading this book. I was in the subway because I was going over to hang out with my friends in the city, and I was actually listening to it on my phone because I was using the audiobook, because you have to reuse the audiobook. It, like, puts it on a whole other level. And it was so great. I was sitting there reading it. I was like, I did not expect to like this book, and I am here loving it. A great cast of characters, a beautiful story. If you listen to this, I had to look it up. I had to look if Daisy and the Six were a real band in the 80s because it felt so real. It's that incredible. I was like, these people cannot be fictional. They have to be real people because they really do feel like real people. So I love them so much. I don't know if this is being adapted into a TV show or a movie soon, but I really hope it is because I really want to listen to their songs. Like, I'm dying to listen to Aurora and their other hits. And I think I gave this one a 9 out of 10, but like, I have so many feelings about it. I think I should higher it to at least like 9.5 out of 10. I'd have to reread it and see. Maybe I'll reread it next year because, I mean, it's been too long. I have to go back to that world and to those characters. And I really wish I could listen to the soundtrack. Then my top 3, they're all like 10 out of 10s. So they're in no particular order. But at number 3, we have Aurora Rising, and I actually did a reread of this one. I think it was during quarantine because I wanted to read Aurora Burning, remembering everything about the first book. So I reread it, I loved it again, used the audiobook and the physical copy to read it, and I'm just so in love with every single character. This book makes me cry every single time I read it, and it makes me laugh so much. So if you haven't picked the Aurora cycle yet, do yourself a favor. It is sci-fi, you know, so if you're not a sci-fi lover, it might be like a little off-putting, but it's easy to get into it, I swear to you. And you have to read it. And then, coming in at number 2, and I think my friend McKenna will be very happy and proud of herself for this one, we have, of course, The Hating Game, which I read like a couple of months ago, and I also give this one a 10 out of 10. It was great. I talked about it in my October reading wrap-up, so if you want to know more about that, I've already linked it, probably. But yeah, it was great. There was so much chemistry between the main couple. It was incredible. I really loved it. It really puts things into perspective when you're used to reading young adult and then you read an adult book. with adult characters that don't let miscommunication ruin their whole relationship for like the last 50 pages. So seeing two mature adults talk something out and try to reach a compromise instead of like exploding at each other and getting mad over nothing at all was really, really refreshing. Really would recommend this. This is definitely more for an adult, so if you are under like 18, would not recommend for you, but if you're an adult, pick this one up. And finally, my top one best read of 2020, and that is Red, White, and Royal Blue, baby. This was completely unexpected. Honestly, I was planning on reading this book last year, but I like put it off because I was like, I'm not gonna like it. It's going to be like a bad, trashy fan fiction. And it was like a fan fiction, but in the best sense of the word, you know? I love fan fiction, so seeing the haters to lovers trope and the royalty falls in love with a commoner, I mean, he's the first son, so he's not like a commoner, but like someone in the royalty falling in love with you trope is also great. And the having to hide your relationship, it's like, I'm like remembering the characters and I love them so much. The main ship is so, well, wholesome's not really the word, but I love them. They're so funny. There's so much chemistry between them. I love them so much. Their relationship feels so real to me. And I read this like a month before the United States elections. So it's like the perfect time to read it because it ends literally with the 2020 elections. So if you didn't read it this year, I mean, you missed a great opportunity. This book is great. I really wanted to reread it after I finished with it. I also used the audiobook for this one while I read with a physical copy, and it was amazing. I love the narrator's voice. 10 out of 10. Literally anything in this book, probably 10 out of 10. Loved it so much. So cute, so adorable, such a good pairing. Read this book. Do yourself a favor. So yeah, those were my top 10 reads of 2020. Please let me know if you've read any of these books and what you thought of them. And what was your best read of 2020? Because I would really like to know. Please leave a like if you like this video, subscribe, click that bell button so you get notifications every time I post. I post videos like this one every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. So if you want to see more from me, just click on my channel down below. And I guess I'll see you guys next time. Bye!